Welcome everyone to the Launch Pod podcast, a platform for takeoff. This podcast is dedicated to our students who want to become leaders in business, entrepreneurship, corporate America, and in their respective communities. The Launch Pod, a platform for takeoff, is here to discuss students who are doing just that, taking off. We discuss real-life topics and also discuss resources that are available for you. My name is Germaine Washington, and I'm your host. For today's show, we'll be talking with the scholarship winners and runner-up of the Idea Pitch Competition and the director of the Center for Entrepreneurship at Southwest College. This will be an interesting discussion about how they came up with their ideas, future plans, and how they're navigating through this new normal, and anything else about their future. Stay tuned. This will be a great podcast. So, hello everyone. I'd like to introduce Ravi Brahmbhatt. I would like to introduce Joshua Porter, and I also would like to introduce Davis Alford. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so I want to start out with Ravi, because Ravi, you're the director. You manage this competition. Can you give us a little bit about a background on the Ideas Pitch Competition and everything about how it started?
So it's a semester competition that we host with the Office of Entrepreneurial Initiatives. And we usually partner with an internal partner in the spring and then an external partner in the fall. This year, both Joshua and Davis took part with the spring and the summer semester together with the speech department, and they pitched for the Shark Tank Ideas Pitch Competition. And really, it's an opportunity for students to share their ideas, to share their startup ideas. Some have already established a business and they're now trying to look for a market. Some are developing new ideas and trying to now get it incorporated. So they're truly to the name of the show, they're trying to launch off.
I know that name, Ideas Pitch Competition, has gone through a metamorphosis of different names. And so how did you end up now with this last name? I mean, what is the name? We just want to make sure we have all the different names.
Yeah, no, so, each semester we pick on a theme and pick on, work with our partners. So our partners were at the speech department. They suggested the names Shark Tank Ideas Pitch Competition. They had a competition in the classroom with speech students. We had a competition called the Ideas Pitch Competition that's, been across the district, and we merged it. The year before, many years before, it was the elevator pitch competition. We had a different funder, different sponsor. So the names, they do change, but information about this competition it will always be found at hccs.edu/pitch. And the goal is the same, is to give students a platform to share their ideas, find a network of other thinkers and doers like themselves, and find folks like us who would help connect them to resources and opportunities in the community in Houston.
What is the prize? What do they get for being a part of this competition?
For this past competition that we just had, it was our funder was the foundation, right? So they sponsored scholarships, but it's not so much the money that is the only thing that comes out of this competition. It's more, again, the community, the networking, the marketing that we give them. We become cheerleaders for our students, and we connect them to other competitions with four-year colleges and other opportunities in the community. And we give them access to those things. We cover the cost. And every now and then we'll give them a goodie bag, a laptop goodie bag that's HCC logo, because we really truly want to help them with their schooling, but we want to give them sort of a community of startup entrepreneurs and what I call change makers, right? So they could take their idea out of their head, make a prototype, make it so they could try to, prove its concept, find a market, and then hopefully turn it into a small business down the line after they finish their schooling. It doesn't always work that way, but our goal for them is to finish their schooling, but learn the entrepreneurial mindset.
Wonderful. So we're going to talk to some of these students right now. And I'm going to start right out here with Joshua first. And I want to know, because this is new, it's online now, right? Right, Ravi? Okay. Yeah. So it's online, and this was a new normal. So Joshua, tell me a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you want to do in life first, and then go on and tell me what your idea was and how you felt about being on this virtual competition.
Hello, my name is Joshua Porter, and I am a petroleum engineering student, actually at the University of Texas. And I took some classes at HCC in order to get credit for them for my degree and to be proactive in my education. I am currently a freshman at UT, so I'm very glad to start classes smoothly. And for the pitch competition, I just got an email one day saying that the pitch competition is available for students who have an idea, an entrepreneurial idea that would help other people, and the origin of my idea wasn't really from me, but rather my father actually told me, and my father, who is a nurse, who has witnessed a bunch of I call them atrocities, but they weren't really violence done in the situation, but rather it was an unfortunate situation where people who used a plastic bedpan, and they said they were in much pain due to the process. And so my father said that wasn't a good experience for a lot of people in hospitals. So he set out to find an idea to help them. And the idea that he landed on was the air bedpan system. It's an inflatable system that inflates up, and you can insert the bedpan directly underneath the patient. And that would be a better way for people to interact with the bedpan process.
Okay, wow, very interesting. And so what about you, Davis? What was your idea? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Davis Alford. I'm a senior in real estate at ACC. My idea was William Michel Candles. And what it pretty much is a clean candle company. What I would like to do is create an innovative product that doesn't use petroleum ingredients, such as Vibar. Most of the store-bought candles that people use now, there's a lot of petroleum derivatives inside of the candle that we breathe in on a daily basis. So pretty much what I wanted to do is kind of like tap into this organic theme that's going on right now, with everybody using things that's free of GMO and free of, I guess harmful ingredients. Right now, I have one of my candles burning. It's my Montego Bay fragrance. It smells amazing. So if anyone want to check out one of my candles, feel free to check out my website. It's williammichelbrand.com.
Well, we're going to continue this conversation because I have a lot of things I want to talk to you two about, especially because of the pandemic. And, you're starting classes, Joshua, and I want to know if they're online and how you feel about all these changes. So we're going to come back and continue this conversation. The Entrepreneurial Initiatives Department has so many unique areas under its department to reach students, communities, and entrepreneurs. One of those resources is our corporate college, which is in partnership with the Texas Workforce Commission, and they provide funding opportunities through the Skills Development Fund that can be used for small businesses to train employees at no cost to that business. To access all of our resources and information, visit our website at hccs.edu/smallbusiness. We'll be right back. everyone. We're going to continue our conversation in this segment, speaking with Ravi, Davis, and Joshua. So Joshua, I want to get back to you really quick before we get back to Davis. You said you're starting classes. Are you online, or were you able to have face-to-face class?
I actually am online, so it was all we were really interrupted, and it was a crazy process to get everything into place, right? So a worry of mine was whether or not I was going to waste money going to on campus, because a majority of my classes had already become gone online, but not all of them. And it was kind of late breaking where they said all of your classes are online now. So after all of my classes got online, I'm glad I was able to cancel my housing contract. And so I am online.
I want to ask both you and Davis, because Davis, you're at HCC, so you're completely online as well, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you feel, Joshua, about being completely online? I know that's a new situation for students and not having that, daily life of a student being on campus and just interacting with your classmates. How is that feeling? Because I know people out there are probably feeling the same way that you're feeling. How are you handling that?
It is somewhat disappointing because you won't get the experience of being a freshman, interacting with other college freshmen who are in your age group and share some of your specific interests. But I think that I'm still making the best of it. I'm only 4 days into into my classes, so I'm sure that things will get better and pick up after I enter into a couple of organizations at the University of Texas. But also, I think that classes in general are just going to be a little harder, considering that taking calculus online is kind of difficult because you can't point at specific things, and you can't. The interaction is just a little bit different, so I'm sure there's a learning curve that we have to get through there.
So Davis, tell me, how do you feel about being completely online right now?
I've been attending Houston Community College since 2017, and I always had the sense that it was kind of leaning towards online classes anyway. I was probably going on campus once or twice per school year, not even per semester. So, and that was for a class that was scheduled to be on campus. So I would say 90% of my classes were online anyway. Even because I am in school to get an associate's in real estate, I was able to take my licenses exam to be a realtor in Texas, and even that was online. So I'm kind of geared towards it. I feel like it's a trend that we're going to see the next 10 years. Even the younger students, the fourth graders, they're going to learn from home. So I just feel like it's the day and age we're in.
It does sound like I have two different type of students here, the non-traditional students such as you, Davis, and the traditional student such as you, Joshua, who's the freshman who wants that online, that in-classroom experience, that campus experience, versus the busier professional person who is okay with the online because he was leaning toward that anyway. So I think there's probably, like you say, two different variations out there, and it was nice that here both of you tell me your experiences with that. So I'm going to go back to Joshua for a minute. Joshua, so you were, and this is probably something that our viewers want to know, because Ravi mentioned that you were in the Ideas Pitch competition, and then you went on to be a finalist in the University of St. Thomas competition, but then you let us know that you dropped out of that competition. And I think it would be very interesting, just as a student and a person who has all these wonderful ideas, what made you drop out, and what was it anything to do with the pandemic, or what was your idea? What was the reasoning?
I actually am. I was a debater in high school. It's an event called Lincoln Douglas, where two high schoolers debate one-on-one with each other. And so, upon graduating, I taught at a summer camp, and I was a pretty good debater. So I got offers to coach for specific individuals, and I'm going to, during that weekend, I'm actually going to judge you. So you have to bring a judge to judge at the tournament if you are going to compete at it. And so I'm going to judge for someone. And upon weighing between the likelihood of me winning the tournament or winning the tournament at the University of St. Thomas versus the pay that I will receive guaranteed for judging, I thought that the judging was a better opportunity.
Wow, so many opportunities to choose from, Joshua. You just was like, okay. So I get that. That's wonderful. So Davis, can you give us a little bit of information on what your idea was for the competition that you had with Ravi, and just let our viewers know about your idea and, you know, any future goals you have with that?
Yeah, so with Houston Community College Entrepreneurship pitch contest with Ravi, I pretty much pitched the idea of a clean candle. So like I mentioned earlier, the majority of store-bought candles have petroleum-based ingredients that may release hazardous chemicals in the air. Now, over time, this may cause symptoms like asthma, and even cancer on the more serious sides, because you're breathing in benzene and a lot of chemicals that are released in the air through the process of mass producing candles. So me and my wife, because I co-founded William Michel Candles, we pretty much got into researching how can you have scent disbursement without using the harmful ingredients. And honestly, in 2020, other than online learning, that's kind of a trend that every industry is leaning towards. We're trying to manufacture shoes without as much waste. We're trying to manufacture electricity without, you know, a carbon footprint. So my candle idea is in that direction. I love that ACC gave me the opportunity to kind of articulate what I was trying to do. Honestly, after going back and watching the YouTube video and watching the person who won, and actually reaching out to those people via email after the contest, it kind of made me clean up my idea and refine it a little bit, so that if I ever did explain it again, I know to just hit on the points that I'm creating a clean candle. Eventually, I want to manufacture and distribute on a regional, hopefully the Southeast of America level. And my goals is, 2020 was such an anomaly. I didn't see any of this happening like everyone else, but hopefully by next year, I really intend on increasing my capacity of candles per hour. So right now, yeah, I have the equipment to make candles myself, but right now I'm making them at a capacity of 6 per hour.
So listen, this is such interesting conversation. We're going to take a short little break, and we're going to continue on, pick up on this conversation, because I want to know how you came up with keeping a candle in the first place. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
Food. We think about it all the time, but for many Americans, it's a scary thought. During this crisis, 1 in 12 seniors and 1 in 7 children don't have access to nutritious food. We can all help. Get involved at feedingamerica.org.
College is on at HCC. Whether you choose to learn online, on campus, or both, HCC offers a safe, flexible, affordable college experience. Register now at hccs.edu/college your way.
Okay, Davis, back to you real quick, because I really want to know how you came up with the whole candle idea in the first place. I understand about how great the candles are and how they're better for you burning in the air. But one day you were sitting at your house. What made you decide to think about that?
Just always was a fan. Every Friday, once I get off from work and I have the weekend, I would get a candle from TJ Maxx or Marshall's, And some were good and some were only okay. And like I said, me and my wife, we decided that, you know what, we can probably make a better scented candle if we tried. So it wasn't overnight at all. It took us about a year and a half before our candle would even stay lit. So it's a science behind it. It's a recipe behind it. And once I got into the chemistry of what was actually happening, because there's this scientific effect that's happening with candle burning called capillary attraction. So it's pretty much when a liquid is absorbed by something and then released. That's what a candle wick is doing. What we want to do is create a recipe that would decrease the density of the liquid candle wax and disperse a little bit better in a more efficient and healthier way. So to answer your question, always was a candle fan, but now I want to innovate the candle process.
I get it. Sounds amazing. So how much are the candles, and how much are the candles?
At the moment, we have two different price points. We have an 8-ounce candle for $10, and we have a 16-ounce candle for $20. The 16-ounce candle does have multiple wicks. So 3 wicks, you're going to get more fragrance through that way. But the 8-ounce, if you want to get started, it's a great starter price. I have a lot of return customers, and I really recommend checking it out. And I think this is the way of candle burning going in the future.
The future of candles. I love candles.
Yeah.
I want to get back to Joshua. Joshua, you had an amazing idea, and it was talking about this bedpan, and I think it's such a wonderful thing to help these people in the hospital. How did you, you said you came up with it because of your dad. Are you planning on mass producing this as a business opportunity? Or, because I know you say you're an engineering student as well. So can you kind of tell me what your future goals are?
So my plan to pursue this has not really been, we haven't been successful in finding a way to mass market it. I think that the steps that I would take would be contacting major marketing companies like Alibaba for nursing purposes or hospital purposes. But I don't think that at this time we're going to pursue it because I have a bunch of other things going on. My dad is actually, I noticed my colleague said that he is majoring in real estate. My dad is actually a real estate junkie, and he likes real estate a lot. So he's pursuing that as his main aspiration. And I'm kind of following suit with him. He's actually a real estate registered nurse. So he's a realtor, like Davis's aspirations.
Is that a major issue for a lot of people when they come up with inventions, Ravi, getting manufacturing assistance? I mean, is there anything we can do or people can go to when they have these wonderful ideas, but they have a hard time figuring out a way to mass produce them?
Yeah, and Germaine, you know, the real question isn't coming up with solutions. It's coming up with, you know, the problems that you're solving, right? So what happens is people have lots of ideas and they have lots of things, and then they're trying to find, you know, the right market. And what tends to happen is most people don't start the business that they pitched the first time, right? They're going to go through multiple reiteration of their ideas or another idea, or maybe they find another passion. So it's quite likely for students. In fact, in my experience, you know, over the past 5 years of our office, very little groups of students actually take the first idea they pitched and turn it into an incorporation, hire staff, right? They always have a pivot or a change or a different market after they start talking with some mentors that we connect them to. So, you know, we have lots of partners in the city. Houston being Texas Medical Center, we have contacts at the Texas Medical Center. And for someone like Joshua, if they were to pursue that idea, we would connect them to some folks in the Texas Medical TMCX group and see if there's an opportunity there for him to grow that idea. And believe it or not, we have a huge manufacturing arm in the city as well. The problem with Houston is we've got everything, right? It's just in little pockets. And someone like a community college, you know, we go and network and partner with everybody. And then our students come to us and say, hey, I need, you know, this is my idea, this is what I want to do. we will go and kind of create a personalized path and say, hey, let me make an introduction for so-and-so, and here's what we can do. For Davis, we could talk about, we're doing a program on Amazon, and it's a free course that we're offering where they can learn how to sell stuff on Amazon, taught by Amazon experts, right? So we have resources for our students, and we kind of wait for them to feel like they're ready. So when they take a part in the competition, they're ready. They found their footing. They feel like, it takes a lot of guts to be in front of strangers and pitch your idea, right? It's a lot of risk taking. So when they do that, it kind of gets them to that point. Now they're ready for some mentoring. Now they're ready for some networking opportunities, and now they're ready for us to cheerlead for them. So to answer your question, I think it's very common that that idea that they pitch the first time is not the one they pursue, or they pivot, or they change, and their passions change. Very, very acceptable.
But it is opportunities for manufacturing out there if people do want to pursue their ideas, and we do have that here in Houston. That's really great. So one thing I wanted to ask you, because I know now that you're not working one-on-one and face-to-face with people, are you doing a lot of virtual type of situations for class, Joshua? And make that really quick, because we only have 1 minute left. Can you tell me, are you able to do group work and things online with your classes?
I am. And for my classes, we do Zoom. For all of my classes, we meet for chemistry, calculus 3, and geology. And for a specific class that I have, such as geoscience, we do work in groups where we share each other's emails, and we have group meetings for every single class to communicate what's happening in each class, or advice for each other for the semester.
And Davis, really quickly, do you have any last words you want to say in 15 seconds?
I just want to tell everyone to be safe, and thank you guys for reaching out to me, and check out my candles.
I will. Okay. So it was a pleasure, as always, speaking with you, Davis, Joshua, and Ravi. And I want to thank everyone out there for listening and watching The Launch Pod, a platform for takeoff. Thanks so much. See you next time.